to the what we call record version on that. Okay, so the entrepreneurship and new venture creation. So this is the first topic. As you can see from here, this is the content that should be introduction course content. Actually, I had what we call shared to you all regarding the course description, but the finalized course description is not yet. The Fed Uni lecture still not give me yet. Later I will share to you all. And the assessment, as I mentioned just now, there we have four. We have Indo assignment, midterm, group assignment, and also individual reflections. And then we will go with what is entrepreneurship and innovation today, and what is the role in the economic recession. Okay, so we moving to the next one. Okay, so as you can see from here, it been stated. Okay, an entrepreneurial perspective. Okay, it is not a magic. Okay, they said it's not a magic, but it's not mysterious and it has nothing to do with the genes. Okay, what is this? According to this Peter Drucker, it says it's a discipline and it can be learned. So meaning to say, when we're talking about this entrepreneurial, it's about something like not, it doesn't mean that we have to do, if our father and mother is the businesswoman, businessman, then we will have to become the businessman, because the word entrepreneurship is come from the French words meaning entrepreneur. Entrepreneur meaning to say someone who are taken the risk. So meaning to say it's nothing about the magic, it's nothing about, not mysterious, and it has nothing with the genes. So meaning to say it have to be learned. We as a human being, okay, when we interested, we have the passionate to the business, we have to go with it. So this is according to the Peter Drucker 1985. It been stated is a discipline and it can be learned. Okay, defining the entrepreneurship. Okay, what is entrepreneurship means? Okay, entrepreneurship is the term was first used during the Industrial Revolution. So this is during 1920s, whereby the World War One is be indicated in this world. So during that time, the words entrepreneurship have been used, and it described in the new phenomenon of the individual who formulated a venture idea, developed it, assembled resources, and created a new business venture. So it means in here, it been stated here, entrepreneur, someone had really have the new idea. They used to have this venture idea, and they try to create from the idea, and they have to develop it. Develop meaning to say they do some innovation. They create the product, and then they assemble the resources, whether it raw materials or maybe they have their end resources, and then they create the business. As long as every time they do this business, they're able to make sure that the business gain the profit. Of course, we have the best planner. Okay, we feel as an entrepreneur, we already done our part as the best planner, but it's about the God will. So if the God is already said that okay, it's fine to say that okay, okay, the business will get the profit. It will die with the profit. Like let's say the God said that the business will be done. Okay, it's losses. You gain the losses, so it's unpredictable. The life as the entrepreneur is like a roller coaster. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. Okay, I believe that you agreed with me, right? So when we're talking about this thing, we have to make sure that we have the proper planning. According to the Peter Drucker, if you fail to plan, actually you are planning to fail. So make sure you have the proper planning to make sure that your business is not fail. All right. So we're moving to the next one towards a definition. I told you just now is taken from the French words entire entreprendre, meaning to undertake. Undertakes meaning undertake the risk. Okay. The entrepreneurship, the process brought about by individuals of identifying new opportunities and converting them into the marketable product or services. So meaning to say in here, the entrepreneurship is referring to the whole process before we make the product from input to output. Okay, it's different from entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is referring to the individual, a person who used to the product, who used to create the product and their services. Okay, and then we moving to the another one. According to this statement, entrepreneurship also the process of organizing, managing, and assuming the risk of the business. So meaning to say, when we organize, okay, we organize the business, right? So we have to make sure we have to complete it with the process of management process. So we have P is for planning, um, O is organizing, L is leading, and C is controlling. So when we're talking about organizing, it's come from the O words here. Okay? When we managing, we try to actually manage it. Okay, manage it. And then assuming the risk, meaning to say we have to predict whatever that circumstances, whether it a good or bad circumstances or consequences, we must to face the risk. That's why when they said the entrepreneur comes from the word entreprendre, from the French word, is meaning to say you undertake the risk. Okay? Sorry, your friend keep PM private keep texting me in here. Masya Allah. I say I have a class, okay? Alright. So alright. We moving to the next one. The key element of the entrepreneurship. I think that is almost same with the another one subject. Okay, there are 5 generally agreed conditions that are necessary for entrepreneur to occur. Okay, number one, we have an individual entrepreneur. So in order to process of entrepreneurship happen, number one, we must have the entrepreneur. Of course, because entrepreneur was the one who manage and organize, leading and controlling the whole of the process business. So that's why we have to make sure that the process of the business can be managed well. So in order to manageable well, we have to have this entrepreneur. Second one, we must have the opportunity. Okay. Masya Allah. Some asking me uh, whether the class is tomorrow. The class is tomorrow, but he testing me to ask, what is this? I don't want to. I keep focus on the class, right? Okay, a market opportunity meaning to say you have the opportunity of market to expand your business. So that's why if you see during this pandemic COVID-19, we do have like Lazada, we have like Shopee. In order to embark the business, even though it's COVID-19, the business is still ongoing, right? And according to the research, it's been stated the percentage and the process of the business, online buying, online selling right now is hiking up. It's like mushrooming after the rain, because the people nowadays, they have the trending to buy and selling using online platform, because the platform is everywhere using the social media, right? Like Facebook, using Instagram, using Twitter, and after all, everything they can use it. And then educate resources. Of course, when we want to do this entrepreneurship process, okay, we must make sure that we have the proper and adequate resources. Why? Because to make sure that everything, the single process must be smooth, okay, especially we want to start with the input stage up to the transformational process and up to the output stage. And then of course we need the business organization itself, because this is the platform, okay, where we want to start the business, and then where we want to expand the business. And then of course in the favorable environment, even though it's COVID-19 nowadays, but we still can ongoing to have this kind of the business. Okay, all right, if let's say you feel that Peter, we can't hear you because of the fan. You have to tell me. Okay? Alright. So we're moving to the next one. This is about the diagram. So this is a diagram of from the textbook that we use. Okay, so this is have if you see the key element here, we have the opportunity, okay, and then we have the resources.
Please, you guys, you off your mic now.
Some they have on the mic or not? Hello? Yeah, someone is interrupting here. Okay, thank you. All right. So we have the opportunity, we have the resources, and also we have the organizations, and also we have the entrepreneur. Okay. You see they have the one, two, three, and then the in the middle here we have the entrepreneur. And you can see, okay, as you can see, the entrepreneur has related with the opportunity, of course. As the entrepreneur, you have to grab the opportunity whereby the process of opportunity we can recognize, evaluate, and also exploit. REE. Okay, you see the words here: recognize, evaluate, and exploit. And then for the part of the resources, they have to attract and combine. And the last one, we have the build and manage. Okay, for the organization, and we have to configure all these thing. And you can see the dotted line here. It configure each other, configurations, fit, and also focus. And the rest in circle here is about the environment. Whether we have the face-to-face environment or maybe we have the virtual environment, this is how the key elements of entrepreneurship is keep on the keep on interrelated. Okay. Can someone help me to the friends who are asking in the group? I do not know how to say. Today's subject is entrepreneurship, new venture creation. It's not entrepreneurship. That's why they keep change the name and then they make their friends confusing. Okay. The key elements of entrepreneurship. Okay. So this is the thing, okay, that I mentioned to you all in here, but they have been explained well in here. Alright. Entrepreneurial opportunities, those situations in which new products or services and processes can be introduced and sold at the greater than their cost of production. Okay, meaning to say in here, let's say I'm talking about I'm selling this hair scarf. Okay, the sorry, yeah, the original cost is 20 ringgit, but I sell it 30 ringgit, so I gain the profit 10 ringgit. So that is what we call sold at the greater than cost of production. Maybe the cost of production for this hair scarf maybe 20 ringgit, and then when I sold it 20, 30 ringgit, I got it 10 ringgit because 10 ringgit is equivalent to the marginal cost, the cost that I mark up in order to gain the profit. But not until this hair scarf, 20 ringgit, I sold it 20 ringgit. What's the reason I want to do the business if like that, right? So you not gain any profit because you have to make sure whatever the cost of production you gain, and then after all you want to sell it to the customer, you gain the profit. At least you sell 25 ringgit, let's say you gain 5 ringgit profit. Alright. Opportunities appear in imprecisely defined market needs. So mostly, I give very simple example like yesterday class. I told them in other subject, but it's entrepreneurship subject also. When we see like COVID-19, right? People will keep like what we call worrying, yeah, worrying that whether we can survive or not, right? But at the same time, we have to make sure also this COVID-19 gives you a very plenty of opportunity. Okay, how it can be like that? Okay, the first one, before this, many people of especially in Malaysia, we've been in like online selling, online buying, but we are not frequently practicing it like doing this thing. But after all, when the pandemic COVID-19 is coming up and it's been spreading around the world, so every single of these entrepreneurs, they try to do and doing their process of the business by having online selling, online learning. Okay, online selling, online selling, online learning, online selling. So they have the online buyer, they have online seller, and we can see numerous of platform have been introduced like Lazada, Facebook, social media like Instagram, okay, Twitter, and then they do also have Shopee, Lazada, Alibaba, Mudah.com. So they have many more. And then the opportunity appear also in the unemployment resource. So for those unemployed resources, they're able to gain from this opportunity from the business. They want to set up the business from home, and then they can create any kinds of the business they feel that they can actually create an idea. You remember or not, for the first time when we have to use something that the rules to use mask. We have to use like especially mask, right? And then mask, and then we have to use this shield. So everybody is making like before they have the head look for us, like we are wearing this tudung, right? We have hair scarf. We very difficult because we don't have the ears outside of this hair scarf, right? So everybody is creating something like what we call um that is connections, okay, they to put at the behind here, okay, and then you can use this mask, okay, with that I don't know what they call that, but it's something like they create that things, okay, and then we can put there, and then we can use the mask, okay, because before this the mask is normally we have to put in our ears, okay. So yeah, that is one of the creative idea when maybe they do not have the job before, but maybe they have creative way. They do something DIY mask also, and for the fashion designer, they create something like shield, okay, DIY shield, and then they also supply to hospital. So I believe this is something like the thing that we feel that before maybe not important, but nowadays is a very important. Okay, all right. Now we're moving to the next one, the key elements of entrepreneurship again. So it's come from the resources. A resource is anything or the quality that is useful. So any kind of useful. For example, in here they said financial, physical, human, technological, social, and organizational. So as you can see from here, the six start here. The most important. I didn't say that the rest is not important, but the most in order to embark and also to do our business, the key is the financial, because without financial we can't buy any kinds of the physical machinery tools. We can also hire the human labor. We can buy the technological. We can have the social, because the social network, somehow we need some financial instrument, some financial support, right, in order to join with the connections of the social networks around the world. Even though people said using the media, social media, is nothing about the money, but in order to have the group of the people who have the connection in the business, we need money, okay. And also we're talking about the organization, of course. In order to build up the organization, we need also the financial part. And the entrepreneurs portray an image of the successful to encourage and provided to commit the resources the venture. So in here, of course, mostly we can see from online itself, when you see the billionaire, okay, Jack Ma, for example, they do only online business, right? It's portray a success. But Jack Ma say one in Alibaba.com founder said, start at the earlier age, meaning to say when you want to do the business, start at 24. Okay, meaning to say start at earlier age, because at the time of 44 you have to quit from the business and you have to ask maybe inherited business to your children. Even children right now, they don't want to continue the legendary of their maybe father and mother business. They want to do their own business. Okay, and then to encourage provider to commit resources the venture. So of course they may use a business plan or social capital. Of course, when we want to do a business, we have to set up something like a good planner. So the planner is called business plan. So the business plan will be vetted by those some people interested toward your business, especially the in what we call um investor. Investor will be like to see how potential your business are. So they want to see your presentation towards the business. All right. So that's the third one. We're talking about the environment, where the market condition influence the pursuit of the opportunities. Meaning to say, how do they want to make sure this market condition able to influence the opportunity of the business. Okay, as I mentioned just now, even though it's pandemic COVID-19, there is nothing impossible. People still have the opportunity to buy and selling through outline. And there may be political, regulatory, social, or demographic. For example, even right now it's about online, right? Online business. You can buy also the product from Nigeria. You can buy the Nigerian can buy from Malaysia, and the Malaysia can buy from Indonesia. So because there is no barriers right now when talking about the online business environment. On the social level, this include cultural norms, value, government activity, and policy. The one we have to respect because sometimes certain things they have to charge the tax, and so forth. And then we have the organization. Most attention is focused on the entrepreneurial startup. And you can see in here the organizational structure may include the venture, the franchise, joint venture, and business acquisition or business opportunity within an existing business. So as you can see from here, okay, when we're talking about the venture, the franchise, okay, the joint venture, okay, this is talking about the business how we can expand from time to time, okay. And then we're talking about franchise like McDonald. Joint venture we can see like One World and Malaysia Airline System is combined joint venture with the airline business. And then business acquisition, sometimes the business, do you know, Tesco, if I'm not mistaken, there will be, maybe that is not so several right now, but Tesco is already give up, not give up, but they already withdraw business acquisition with the Thailand business. But I don't remember the Thailand company's name. But no more after this Tesco, they will change the name into other names because they cannot survive in Malaysia. You know Tesco, the retailers, right? Okay, all right. Because it's the pandemic, of course, it's indirectly it reflects and gives some effects, huh? So this one I don't want to go further. You can read your own, okay? So we're moving to the innovations, okay? What is innovations? Okay, innovation is something like commercializations or innovation or creative idea. When you want to look a different, that is innovation. You want to look different, you want to change from the norm, something like norm to the abnormal, so that is the innovations. So the innovation is the process by which entrepreneur converts the opportunity to marketable ideas. So meaning to say they have the prospect of the demand on that, and we have to make sure that the product have opportunities to go through, because the demand is there. Okay, maybe like, can you imagine before this when we want to buy our food, right? We have to start our car, we have to get the car park, and then we have to pay for the car park, and then we also have to queue, and then we have to go with the traffic jams. So there is a lot of the process, but nowadays just swipe, log it into like Grab Food or Food Panda, and then just texting there, and then order, add to cart, go for the buying and selling, and then payment been made, and then you just waiting. They will ask, maybe send you invoice, and then done. Your food is in front of your door. Can you imagine that? That is about innovation. How people change from the normal and traditional. You have to ask your customer. You have to pull the customer to your company, to your restaurant. But nowadays it's the push factor, whereby the food is coming to the customer. See, this is a very simple example I give you to the innovation, but it's a giving big impact. All right, and then we moving to the entrepreneurship and innovations. The dynamic process of change. If you ask me what means dynamic process meaning the process is keep changing. Okay, keep update, keep changing, and innovation is necessary as well as sufficient condition for the entrepreneurship. Is different from with the SV. This one, what is SV? Okay, I think that they have the term for that. Okay, and then role of the entrepreneur, they are valued through innovations. So of course, when we relate, because our subject entrepreneurship, new venture creation, right? So we encourage the entrepreneur to move on, to walk into the innovation. And then the first step to success is failure. Okay, I remember once of the verse from our holy Quran said, La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wus'aha, meaning to say every single of the person when they've been tested by the God know that the person bear to the test. So when we're talking about bear to the test, it's about the failure. Once you've been tested to be failed, you have to come forward. You have to move on. You have to motivate yourself. Not just surrender, and you not just give up. Okay? Because they say the first step success is failure. As maybe you can see like the baby, right? The first step of baby step is come from how they actually fall down. So then they know, oh, this is how I want to walk. So this is the same thing. The first step to success is failure. If you don't know what is the failure, then you do not know how to gain your success. Okay, it's simple. And then entrepreneurship in the economic recession. Okay, in here said surveying the economic horizon, a conversation with the Robert Schiller. So this is they have the video link. But in the Moodle, you can maybe retrieve on this. The free market process is really an important source of the economic growth, they said. And a capitalist economy is an economy that promotes entrepreneurship. What's been capitalist economy? The richer go to richer and the poorer go to poorest. That is my definition for the capitalist. Meaning to say you have to beat, you have to combine, you have to compete with your competitors. So that's why if you can see like who is the president's the previous president United States is Donald Trump. It's not Donald Duck, huh? Donald Trump, huh? He's the one of the wealthiest capitalist, okay, businessman in United States, and he is the best successful for the businessman, but he is not a good leader. For in order to have how to say that to lead the country is not the best candidate actually. He's not the best one. But because he's wealthy, he able to become the president. Okay, so as the to sum up, okay, this topic, entrepreneurship is the process brought about by individuals of identifying new opportunity and converting them into marketable product or services. So they've been said here there are many possible outcomes to the entrepreneurial process. For example, independent startup. Okay, we start with the sole proprietorship. Okay, and then corporate venture, we do some joint venture with the other company. And franchise, we use the brand name and logos, trademark, and business acquisition by selling and doing some merger and acquisition with the other company. All right. Any question? Any question to ask to me today? Huh? Any question to us? Okay. Don't worry so much. Maybe you feel that yeah, it's like medium. Okay. All right. So they have the myths of the entrepreneurship in here. This is almost stigma or perceptions about entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs are doers, not thinkers. Entrepreneurs are born, not made. Entrepreneurs are always inventor. Entrepreneurs are academic and social misfit. Entrepreneurs must fit the profile. All you need is money to be an entrepreneur, and all you need is luck to be an entrepreneur. So to say because they say it's a mix in here, so it's not impossible if you do not have this. Okay, is you can do anything outside of the box when you are become entrepreneur, as long as you have the passionate, you have to motivate yourself to do not surrender, you not easy to go down, so meaning to say you not give up. Okay, keep your strength to make sure that you can do it. Okay, all right, I think that's it for today. Okay, our what we call our sorry, yeah, our yeah, lecture, first lecture. Actually, this is our fourth class, our first lecture, and yeah, this one I will tell you later how what to do after I get the confirmation from Prof. Alana from Fed Uni. And thank you so much for joining me today. I will share to you all this video lecture in record lecture in the groups, and make sure in another our class, if I said we will have the lecture, then we will have the lecture. Okay. Thank you for now. Assalamualaikum and have a nice day. Take
Yes.
care.
Thank you,
Sama-sama.
madam. Thank you,
Sama-sama.
madam.
Ya,
Thank you, madam.
sama-sama. Okay.
Sama-sama, yeah.
Thank you,
Alright.
madam. Thank
Okay,
you, madam.
welcome.
Yeah,
Bye bye.
that's what's up. Yeah,
Bye-bye.
you guys take care, huh?
Thank you.
Hansen,
That's
Yeah.
it.
Hansen,
Yeah.